Here you go, Mike.
He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. That nobody can deny. That nobody can deny. That nobody can deny. For he's a jolly good fellow. That nobody can deny.
So my first impression of Mike probably goes back, gosh, more than 12, 15 years ago. It was before he actually joined the America's People team. He was one of our national business unit leaders, and I was so impressed with the amount of passion, time, and energy that Mike put into learning. And he was doing things that were EYU before it was even coined then. So my first impression is his passion around seeing people learn and grow. What does the future hold for Mike? Well, knowing Mike, it's going to hold great things. His personality, his passion, his interest in just making the world a better place, I can only imagine that Mike is going to do some great things in the future, and I'm excited to hear what they're going to be.
Mike, Becky and I are on about take 12 of this video, but some of my very fondest memories are working with you as a Chief Learning Officer, watching you innovate, take risks, and make such a huge difference in people's lives. You really made me look good many, many years. I wish you the very best in retirement and just wanted to send you a little visual of what you've got to look forward to.
What does the future hold for Mike Hamilton? Well, I think the key word there is reward. I think, Mike, whatever you decide to do, you're going to be rewarded for a life that has been well lived in the workplace. Your investment in people, your experiences, your knowledge, your wisdom is all going to pay off for you in your retirement years. You can do so many different things. You can do whatever you want to do. But in the long run, I think you're going to see that the kind of life that you have lived, the kind of leader that you have been, you're going to be rewarded for that. So I look forward to hearing how that's going to take place and all that you do in your retirement years. And I wish you the very, very best. And let me just say that, Mike, you were my boss, you were my partner, but above everything else, you were my friend, and a very dear friend.
Whatever else you do after you retire from Ernst & Young, I see you as the great big wizard in the sky. You've got all the people that you know and that you care about, and you're always connecting them, you're giving them ideas, you're seeing that everything goes well in their lives. So I see you pulling all those strings and tugging here and tugging there, and I can't wait till my strings are tugged.
Hey Mike, hey, congratulations on your retirement. I'll tell you, I'm so excited for you and your wife and your family. You've done so much for the firm over the years and for all of us partners. We're all very appreciative of your leadership. Certainly I have really benefited from your mentoring, and I've just really enjoyed our relationship over the years, starting back at Miraval when you first came back to the firm, up through today, and hopefully long into your retirement. I look forward to staying close with you as you enter this new exciting phase of your life. So congratulations, Mike.
Mike Hamilton. Mike Hamilton. Mike is the guy who gave me the piece of advice that said, never say no, say yes if. Just like the time my friend asked me to wait in front of the bank for him with my car running. I said yes, if you bring me a big bag of money. Little did I know that he'd show up with 5 big bags of money. And now I'm doing 5 to 10 for that piece of advice. Just kidding. It was much less time than that. Mike, I am honored at the opportunity to send you another message to thank you for your years of mentorship, of guidance, of putting in place and helping evolve a world-class learning organization at Ernst & Young. I think it's been an excellent experience just working alongside of you and for you and with you on all of these projects and things that we've encountered over the past 7 years. I hope that you continue your mentoring in whatever you do, and I look forward to hearing about all of your adventures. I thank you again. You really had an impact on everything I've done and taught me the value of personal connection in terms of picking up the phone and talking to somebody versus firing off emails all the time or having them refer to my blog. But I've got to go.
Hi Mike, do you remember that time in New York when you had dinner with Greg Shane at Wolfgang's Steakhouse? And he had received a steak that he had ordered and you were expecting one, but instead you received a deli platter. Well, that was one of our April Fool's tricks on you, and we had everyone in on it. We had the kitchen staff, the waiter, we had Greg in it, and his assistant, and it was so much fun to pull that off on you.
Mike, I've truly enjoyed working with you and the L&D team this past year. I've learned so very much from you. I wish you all the best in your retirement and look forward to hearing about all your adventures at our quarterly birthday lunches. Take care.
Mike, it's been my privilege over the years to have you as a business mentor and as a friend. I think if I can tell you one thing that I love the most and will always cherish is the fact that you listen. You've always leaned in and you've listened and you've valued my opinion and you've made me laugh, and it's just fun to have you as a friend and to know that that will always be there. Thank you.
Hi, Mike. It's been a long, wonderful 18 years, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I'll miss working with you. You'll remember how we started, though. You picked me out of a crowd. I got the job. I was thrilled. I showed up for my first job at a professional service firm only to realize no one was in the office. About 2 months after going to the office every day and there was no one there but me and the receptionist, I finally had a lunch with you in which you said, boy, you really got to get involved. You got to get invited to meetings. You got to get involved in projects. And yet you weren't going to be the one to invite me to those meetings. So I was quite worried about how I was ever going to get integrated. And that night I went home and I actually had a dream in which I was expressing my concern about how this was ever going to work. And in the dream you said to me, don't worry, we've been friends for a long, long time. And what do you know? That dream came true.
The world is your oyster. You've made so many wonderful friends around the world, and you have colleagues that I know you'll be visiting. My feeling is that this is going to be a mere whistle stop for you in your journey. You're going to be boarding that train and going on to some wonderful adventures. My favorite memory of Mike is, well, everybody knows Mike gets started very early in the morning for his global calls, and sometimes he's in the office at 3 or 4 in the morning. So by the time I came into the office, Mike would be on his, done with his second or third call. He'd come by my office and he'd look in the window and he'd say, "Half day today, huh?" Mike, I'd always brought a smile to my face.
My first impression of Mike Hamilton was a very good one, and I knew that we would be, that we would turn out to be good friends. Very warm guy, great listener, and as soon as we sat down in this restaurant outside of his office in Irvine, I knew that we would not only work well together, we'd turn out to be friends, and for me, that's turned out to be true. We were in the car on our way to the airport, and Sarbanes-Oxley was on the horizon, and Mike was wondering whether anybody around him knew Dianne Feinstein and could meet with her. After a bit, I had just started. I said, yeah, I know her. And Mike greeted that enthusiastically and asked if I could meet with her, and I said I was pretty sure that would happen, sure. But then he hesitated for about 100 yards, pulled over and said, wait a minute, are you a Democrat?
The first memory I ever have of Mike is actually from Leadership Forum. I recall him scurrying about, I believe it was in Baltimore, And I was so impressed with his passion for and real interest in growing the careers of our partnership. I still hold that very close to my heart because I know that's something we hadn't paid a lot of attention to prior to Mike coming in on the scene and really being the force, the tour de force behind Leadership Forum. So that's something that I know you could take a lot of pride in. We're really excited for your retirement and we wish you Godspeed.
Hello, Mike. Wishing you the very best as your career at Ernst & Young comes to a close. Thanks for all the support and counsel that you've provided me and the Xerox team serving Ernst & Young over the past 8 years. As much as you've shaped learning at Ernst & Young, you've had an equal impact on our business and me personally. I will miss working with you, your ever-present humor, and goodwill. Thanks, Mike. Now, if you need any input on where you might rest up before you start a second career, you might want to consider Maui and a little champagne.
Hi, Mike. You know, I can really tell you're retired. I've been sitting here waiting for the phone to ring for you to ask me for some information. So, you know what? Could you do me a favor and send me your address? Because I've got to send you the information, the reports that you asked for me this week. So I can ship them out to your house. And then while I'm at it, would you be interested in reports from last month? I think I've only got 3 file cabinets full. Mike, it's been fun. Have a great retirement.
Hello, Mr. Hamilton. This is your CPE queen speaking. And as you delve into the next chapter of your career, I would like to grant to you one of 3 wishes. First, you can have an unlimited amount of CPE, free of charge. Second, you can be in compliance with the California State Board of Accountancy forever. Or third, you can have a marble cake with CPE frosted on the top of it. Please let me know which wish you would like me to grant to you. In all seriousness, Mike, it's been a great pleasure working with you, and I hope your next chapter of your career is full of excitement and relaxation. And please keep in touch. Take care.
Well, there are a number of different stories I could tell you about Mike and growing up, that several of them have a statute of limitations attached to them, so I thought I'd come up with this one. One day Mike and I were out swimming in the river, the Ohio River you see behind us, and we were out a ways, maybe a quarter of the way across or something, and we, 18-year-old guys, we said, well, let's go across. I will if you will. So we went across. We got over the other side, exhausted, crawled out, you can imagine. About the same time, the thought struck both of us. How do we get back? So maybe Mike learned from that to have a little bit more forethought, and Mike, enjoy your vacation, and we hope to see you back here in Indiana sometime soon, because it's Indiana. Good luck, buddy.
Brush off the stress and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Pick out a pleasant outlook. Stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look. Toss back a drink of gin. And spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. Just put on a happy face.
Your voicemail came up. I didn't know how to deal with it.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, good to see you. Tom from the Herald and Susan from the Times, good to see you. Look, any questions? Yes?
We understand that Mr. Hamilton would be leaving the company.
Look, Mike has decided after a 40-year career in the financial market that he wants to be a professional dune buggy racer and barista. We wish him the best and we believe he will make an excellent barista. We're not sure about the dune buggy thing. Thank you very much. No time for questions, but thank you. No further questions. Thanks.